Are you happy or not? What I'm going to speak about now has the biggest impact on your happiness. Regardless of your age, experiences, lifestyle, situation, and gender, you are a slave of your mind. Don't worry, this is not a bad thing, because your mind is under your control. The way you think about everything shapes how your mind sees everything. Thinking. Thinking. Zeen in Arabic and Persian means mind. I don't mean that the word thinking comes from there, it's just a coincidence. But what I want to say is that your thinking is the king of your mind. It orders you what to do, how to think, and even how to feel. It even has control over your heart and feelings. That's why people decide to follow a religion or some type of belief or faith. They realize that their mind is not a good king for them, or it's good but they want better. They decide to let go of what they think and think like how the religion, belief, or faith asks them to think. Some of you might think this is a weakness. Yes, it's a weakness. Some decide to admit it, like Christians who believe that they are sinners and incapable of living a good life by themselves without God's help and His sacrifice for their sin. They take Christ to be their king and let Him and His thinking shape their life, like me. Other religions like Jews and Islam have rules and laws. They shape their thinking around the rules and laws given by their prophet or leaders. I'm not going to speak about every religion or belief, but you get the idea. The way you think shapes your life, and even your body, including your face and beauty. The way you think impacts both your physical and mental health. The way you think builds or destroys your relationship with your parents, siblings, partner, children, friends, co-workers, and everyone else. Think about the ripple effect your thinking has. When you have a healthy mindset, it's like throwing a positive stone into the pond of your community. Those ripples of positivity can influence your family, your friends, and even strangers you encounter. In contrast, negative thinking can create ripples of turmoil and discord. The key takeaway? Your king doesn't rule in isolation. It has subjects far and wide, even if you don't realize it. I've noticed that most people think very simply. They decide what is good and what is bad. There is more than just good and bad. There are mysteries, unknowns, neutrals, and other things that we need to consider before deciding. The world is not black and white. The world is colorful. Things are not a two-way road. The world is a circle, an endless shape. And at the end, life comes to an end, and it's just you and your mind. The way you think shapes your decisions, and your decisions shape your life. Then, all you can do is watch your life's impact on the world after you. Now that we've established the immense power of your thinking, the king of your mind, how can you make sure it reigns wisely? One way is through regular self-reflection. Take a moment each day to assess your thoughts. Are they leading you down a path of growth and fulfillment? Or are they sowing seeds of doubt and regret? If it's the latter, it might be time to change how you think. Remember, your king can either be a benevolent leader, guiding you toward prosperity, or a dictator pushing you toward chaos. Another way is to surround yourself with positive influences. Books, podcasts, friends, family. Anything that nurtures your mind can shape your king for the better. If you find your thinking to be negative, maybe it's because you're in a negative environment. Change the environment, and you could very well change your life. Let's talk about the origins of our thinking. You see, we're not born with our thoughts preset. It's a cocktail of our environment, experiences, and choices. The family you're born into, the books you read, the media you consume, and the people you surround yourself with, these all shape your king. So if you're not satisfied with the monarchy in your mind, guess what? You have the power to overthrow it. Replace the old king with new, empowering thoughts and values. Now, don't be under the impression that the process is quick or easy. The longer a king rules, the deeper its laws and commands are ingrained. Undoing years or decades of ingrained thinking takes time, effort, and sometimes professional help. But the reward is a life truly worth living, a life that you can be proud of. And here's another thing to ponder: self-awareness. Do you actually know what you're thinking most of the time? Our minds are often so noisy that we can't even hear our own thoughts. A buzzing swarm of worries, hopes, fears, memories, and dreams that distract us. How can you expect to manage your king if you're not even sure what it's saying? That's why practices like meditation, prayer, or simply taking quiet moments for reflection are so crucial. They help you tune in, declutter the mind, and make room for more conscious and meaningful thoughts. Now, let me touch on vulnerability, because it's an important aspect of thinking. Many people fear opening up their real thoughts to others. But you know what? Honesty, including self-honesty, is a cornerstone of healthy thinking. When you're open about what you truly think and feel, first to yourself and then to others, you create space for growth, understanding, and true connection. Embrace vulnerability. Let your king be a wise and transparent ruler, not a deceptive tyrant hiding behind walls of illusion. And here's the kicker: your thoughts are not just in your head, they manifest into actions. A simple idea can turn into a project, which can turn into a business, which can turn into a legacy. So when you're considering what kind of king to allow in your mental kingdom, remember that its rule will extend far beyond the boundaries of your mind. Finally, let's talk about purpose. When you align your thinking with a higher purpose, something beyond just yourself, you'll find that your thoughts start serving you in a much richer way. When your king has a purpose, every thought, every decision, every action becomes more meaningful, more impactful. In the craziness of the world, I find the most important truths of life and bring them to you. Subscribe and follow for more videos like this. And remember, think positively and choose your king carefully.